Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Mr. Dimas. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Sulaiman Arief, and I'm from Group 1, and I'm going to presentate and explain about the result of our local business analytics. So here we have Bakso Spicy Putri Tunggal. About the profile, and Bakso Spicy Putri Tunggal is founded in December 2025, and the main business field is food and beverages, and the main product is meatballs, like traditional meatballs with spicy soup. And it's a local business that's specializing in traditional meatballs with innovation, like the extreme spicy soup, combining the traditional beef meatballs recipe with a blend of fresh chilies, satisfy the tastes of consumers who enjoy the challenge of spicy cuisine. And the vision of this Bakso Spicy Putri Tunggal is becoming a pioneer in local spicy meatball culinary that is more popular among the young generation in urban areas, especially because the location of this business in on the north side of Surabaya, and it's pretty much like so many people enjoys the spicy foods, like we have seblak and other stuff, because that's the mainstream. So this business chooses to open meatballs but with the spicy soup, so people who like the spicy food can enjoy the spiciness while eating meatballs, like local meatballs. And the mission is to serve hygienic culinary product using fresh ingredient and without food preservation, of course, and keeping the authentic spiciness level consistent while keeping the prices affordable. Because from our analysis, the prices of these meatballs is 15,000 rupiah for one big chunk, so it's pretty much so worth it to buy. Then there's the revenue projection and budgeting. So the average prices is like 13,000. It actually starts prices from 11,000 to 15,000. So we put the average prices to 13,000, and the average drink sales is 4,000 rupiah, which is pretty cheap because most places that sell spicy food, if they have low prices for the food, they would upscale the prices of the drink, because when people taste spicy food, they will look for drinks that could freshen up their mouths. So with 4,000 prices, I guess it's pretty cheap. And we have 3,000 rupiah also for a bottle of water. And the target, when we ask the owner, they target to just sell one portion and one drinks to one customer. So their daily target is so 80, even though they would have more stocks to see if it will be more, like more from the target they have. In the operational period, they sells for full 30 days, so every day they will sell it. And even though the employee need a break, so the owner can take over the selling because they sell it in their house. So next is the variable cost, and the cost of the meatball is 40% of 13,000 rupiah, which is the average food prices, and that's like the cheapest. So it will be 5,200 per portion times 80 portions times 30 days. So the variable cost could be 12,480,000 rupiah. That's per month. And then the drinks is also the same, the 40%. So they take 60% profit. And the monthly cost of the drinks is 3,840,000 rupiah, which is in a month that will be 16,320,000 rupiah. And the fixed cost for the utility and the salary will be 5,500,000, like they paid the employee like 2 millions each, so they have two employee, and the rest is for cleaning and other stuff like the soap and things. And there's the net sales projection, which means the total income minus the operational cost, that will be 18,980,000 rupiah. And then there's their projection income. If we assume that they sells like 80% of drinks and meatball income in a day, like 80, but 13,000 is the middle price, so it could be more if we count it by the 15,000 and the 11,000, that would be mixed, but this is the average. So the monthly income would be 40,800,000 rupiah.
Hello, my name is Zaky Zain, from Group 1 of the company budgeting project. Um, my last NPM is 3x7, and I'm going to explain about the production budget of Bakso Putri Tunggal, which is this is the table. The first for the sales are taken directly from the projected target, which is 80 portions or unit per day times 30 days times 3 months equals to 7,200 units per quarter. And then next for the persediaan akhir or the ending inventory, this is more of the target that are safely left to the stock that are left in the freezer at the end of quarter. So in this scenario, it is strategically set to slowly increase every 100 stock it to build a more larger available inventory for the future. Also, this is the availability of the available bakso. The availability are calculated as from sales plus the ending inventory. Next is the beginning inventory. This is the leftover stock carried from the previous period. Um, this is the leftover stock that are carried at the end of quarter one. I mean the less leftover from the last quarter. And next is the production, which is the volume of the kit that the kitchen needs to cook during that quarter. So the calculation is the available minus the beginning inventory, and which is equal to the production.
My name is Muhammad Aldwin Maridza Hafidz, my last NPM 485. Today I will explain the raw material budget and operational budget of our business plan. These budgets are important because they help estimate the cost required to support production activities and daily business operation. In this slide, present the raw material budget required to meet the production target. The budget is calculated based on the number of units to be product and the amount of raw material need for each unit. This helps the company estimate the total cost of raw material and ensure that production can run smoothly.
Hello everyone, this is Abbas Alemi, and today we have a group project called uh, Project OMKM. So there's a shop called Putri Tunggal in Surabaya, and also the shop sells Bakso. So let's calculate this shop budgeting. So my part starts basically from labor budgeting. It basically means that how the labor and how the labor is budgeted by the shop. So first, the we have to estimate that how many staff and how many cook and how many employees it has. The first, it has cook, and it has one cook, and also the salary is 22 million, and it has also cashier that it also gets 2 million per month. So total direct labor is 4 million. The business is run by two employee workers, and each employee receives 2 million. So the total direct labor cost is 4 million.
And then there is the overhead budget. So there's the budget, like the summary, like as I said before, for the employee salary they have two staff that each of them get paid like 2 million a month, so the total will be 4 million. And then assess depreciation, like the value of their stove and grinders for the meat and the freezers for the drink, like it will be 300,000. And then the maintenance, like as I said, the cost of house cleaning and others, so it will be 200,000 rupiah. So in total for the fixed overhead will be 4,500,000 rupiah. And then there is the variable overhead, like there is the kitchen utility, like for their gas, for the stove, and clean water to clean the bowls, it will be 450,000. And then there's electricity for the freezers, electric fan, the lamps, and other stuff that will add up to 300,000 rupiah. But this 300,000 rupiah is approximately only for the shop, because he sells in their home, so it would be not good if we mix it with the price for the electricity in the house. And then there's the ads, like they use digital ads on the social media, that will be up to 750,000, like digital ads, like putting ads on Google's and then TikTok and then Instagram. And then there is a cleaning for soap, tissue, and trash bag that will add up to 200,000 rupiah. So the total of the variable overhead is 1,700,000 rupiah, and the total overhead will be 6,200,000 rupiah.
So the operational budget, which include expenses necessary to support the company daily activities. These expenses may include administrative, salaries, utilities, transportation, internet, and marketing costs. The operational budget help the company manage its resources efficiently and maintain smooth business operation.
Next, we're going to talk about the income statement of Bakso Spicy Putri Tunggal monthly budget production 2026. First is the sale, which is the again the revenue that they gain from selling 18 bakso and 80 drinks every day for a month. And then next is the cost of goods sold, which is the direct cost material for their menu, like meat, noodle, drink ingredient. And then next is the gross profit, which is calculated from sale minus the cost of goods sold, which got the 10 10,600,000. Next is the operating costs, which is the indirect costs that gain from running that operation such as electricity, water transportations, and more. Next is the operating profit. This is the profit that they gain from running the operation, which is 4,600,000 rupiah. Sorry. And then next is the interest that they borrowed from bank for when they for startup when they start their business. Next is the earnings before tax, or EBT, which is 4,100,000 thousand rupiah. And then next is the income tax, which is from the government in 2026 is mandated for 0.5%, which means we got 200,000 200 for 100,000 rupiah. So, and then next is the earnings after tax, EAT, which is the earnings before tax minus the income tax, and then we got 3,006,019 rupiah.
So another part of me is about cost of goods sold. And direct materials, we have 20 million. Direct labor is 4 million. Manufacturing overhead is 6,200,000. Total cost of goods sold is 30,200,000. So the explanation is the direct materials such as 2,000 kilos plus times 10,000 rupiah. It basically equals 20 million. Direct labor and two staff 4 million. Manufacturing overhead and fixed overhead is 4.5 million, variable overhead is 1.7, total overhead is 6.2 million, and total cost direct materials plus direct labor plus manufacturing overhead, cost of goods sold equals 20 million plus 4 million plus 6.2 million. So the cost of goods sold of this Bakso Tunggal is 30,200,000. So that was my explanation. Thank you so much.
Alright, so we're reaching the end of the slides. Before I end, let me leave you guys with a thought that, as it has been said, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So I would say thank you to Mr. Dimas for the knowledge that we have shared and gave us this whole semester, and maybe the previous semester for some of us as a provision for the future. So it will be so meaningful to us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.